Crafting with a View. I'm Claudia, and today we're gonna go and create this little cute card. And I'm gonna use our new Snow Mice stamp set from the January-February catalog. If you haven't seen this yet, super cute. And this was one of my favorite stamp sets right here. It comes with dies or without. So I have the one with the die because I used quite a few already, and it just makes life easier when you can crank it through the machine. It also has some really cute phrases on here, and we're gonna use the Have a Flurry of Fun. And we will also using the Happy Everything, which has a couple of happies and then different wordings to go along with, and we're gonna do the happy birthday on the inside. So let's get started. And as you can see here, so the inside is simply stamped with a happy birthday. And let's get our parts out of the box here. All right, so this way around, I already stamped the inside. This is stamped with Bluebird and Periwinkle. And I used that was Pebble. It's a retired gray, but you can use any gray you have or light blue to stamp a couple of those little snowflakes. And the snowflake is actually one that comes in the set here. All right. Now, first off, when you have your pieces, so for those of you who have a card kit laying in front of them, make sure when you have your pieces that they are matching and fitting. So these squares are a little bit, they're cut at 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. So you want to make sure you have them in the right direction. So they should butt up with the bigger strip. If you have too much room here and it hangs down below too far, then you have to turn it. So these are the two paper direction, or the two lines of paper we have to put down. And then we cover the bottom up with our shimmer trim. So let's see. I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but I did actually edge my pieces just a little bit. So I'm gonna take just take the periwinkle here and go around the edges. And even so, it doesn't add a lot of color. I think it just makes them pop off the white a little bit better. See this one here, because it's got a white background, it kind of like melts into the card front. So let's give it a little edge with a little bit of ink, and that makes it pop right up. So, and if you don't have periwinkle at home, you maybe have Carolina, or if you have a sapphire blue, just use it lightly, maybe with a little sponge dauber. Bluebird will work. You can even use a gray mist or a brown. There's the espresso is in here. Anything that just makes the edges pop a little bit. Okay, that's all we need. Now let's adhere this, and I'm gonna start with the biggest strip first. And I'm just gonna make sure it's got somewhat even spread. Now to make sure that it's about as wide as my, or as long as my glitter paper is, that's about good. So really a small, just a small gap between these two here. There we go. All right, and then we just do the second row. And depending on how your wording goes, you can turn it if you see something that you like to be shown, you know, one way or the other. Here it says Hello Winter, so you can actually read it. But the wording goes in any direction, so it's up to you which piece you want to have facing upward. All right, and then we do this one here. And there we have it. Now for the glitter paper. So the glitter paper, what I did, I just used my fingers and I just did a little distressing like so. So now we have one piece here, but I'm also gonna take this one here and I'm gonna put this one behind here, so we really get the idea of a little mountain going down here. Mountains of snow. So I'm just trying to line it up somewhat in the center here, and I know that my one little mouse will go here. And then the other one will go here. So let's adhere this first. Oh, I moved it too fast. Let's line it up one more time. Okay, so about there. Perfect. And instead of my tape roller, I'm using the liquid glue just because it's a little bit stronger to hold this paper down, because the glitter paper is a little bit thicker. We'll do the same here. Go. And then these little guys, so I already colored them in because you don't have to watch me color. So I used a variety of our Colorista pencils, and they're mostly from, a couple are from the landscape. I got one light pink here from the Perfect Portrait, and the other one is the Bright and Vivid. So I know these two are still available. This one is currently out of stock, but it is supposed to be back in January. We're just waiting for shipment because it comes from Spectrum Noir that always involves a third party, so it takes a little bit longer, but it should be here anytime soon. And then, so I just colored them in, and you can color them in any way you want. So mine has little sweaters on there, and I did use the clear shimmer brush to go over the snowballs a little bit, the little ones, the big ones. So if you have one, that's a nice addition. These both are raised, and so is this one here. So we're gonna add some little foam spacers on the back here. Let's start with this one. And then we do our little mouse here. Whoop. Just a few. And these are very thin foam strips, so if you want to use thicker, that's fine too. I just like to use the thin one, that way it doesn't get too bulky in the envelope when you actually want to mail it. Right. Big snow ball gets a few extras, and that should be fine. Let's start with the little one. And because we are adhering part of these little guys on sticker paper, what I like to do is add a little bit liquid adhesive on here too, just to make sure it sticks to the glitter paper, because sometimes that glitter paper is really strong and adhesive doesn't stick to it well. But this combo I found works. Okay, let's put our little guy down first here. So here he goes about here, and then I'm gonna take this one. I'm just gonna put one of my blocks on here too. Make sure it adheres to the glitter. But you can use glue dots too, they're perfect in this case too. Glue dots will work. But I wanted a little bit dimension, so I just put a little bit extra adhesive on there. All right. Now this little guy kind of comes down here. And last but not least, we have our little flurry. And we put him right here. All right, so there you have it. Super simple, super easy. And again, another one where it's really good to have a couple of paper scraps maybe left over. This is the Gnome for Winters paper, which I love, and I don't toss any of that away. So if you have little strips of that one, that's perfect for it. And for the inside, again, I just use my black pen, and we're just going around the edges here. And you could put other phrases in or use more snowflakes if you want to. That's up to you. So I'm just going freehand here around the edges. And the bottom. And then I do my little loop. And we're done. Here you have card number 2. So the longest part is really coloring those little guys in, which doesn't take too long. Those pencils are really nice with their wax coating, and they really blend nicely together. So here you have it, card number 2 for this month. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. That way you don't miss any other videos that are coming out. And if you want to know more about those stamp sets or the paper packs, I will link everything in the description down below, so you can see what is still available. I know the stamp set is the paper pack, I have to check, but I think it was still available by the time I was recording this. This is white glitter paper that's available too. And like I said, those pencils are awesome, and they're relatively inexpensive. And I will check. I know that the Vivid, Bright and Vivid is gone right now, but they should be back this month in January. All right, have a great day and see you back soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.